Just regular water for me from now on. Hey guys, I'm back again. How's everyone doing? We're gonna try and do this again.
You don't want to miss it! The special Playful Hearts Day quiz is in full swing! Answer 2 questions correctly to win a prize!
Hi there, Liam. Do you have any of that special Playful Hearts Day dye left?
Yep, I've got plenty. If you guess correctly 2 times in my charades quiz, you'll win a bucket of special Playful Hearts Day dye. Do you want to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, the rules are simple. I'll mimic an animal, and all you have to do is guess which one it is. Sounds fun, right? All set?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right, for the first one, watch my arms. Flap, flap.
That flapping looks just like Luluco. Oh, it's a Barasant.
Great observation. That's correct. Now look at this. I'm hopping. Hop.
I got it. A big-eared creature that hops around. It's a blush bunny.
That's right. You know a lot about animals. Congrats! You guessed correctly both times in my charades quiz. Here's your prize. Special Playful Hearts Day dye. Enjoy the day.
Nikki, you came back so fast. Does that mean you found the dye?
That's right. I got it. So now the Barasant toy doesn't have to stay plain for much longer.
Amazing! Miss Nikki, you saved the Barasant toy. Miss Nikki, I want to paint a bouncy bunny. You know, the kind with long ears and super cute. Miss Nikki, I think the little prince looks even better. The one with a shiny crown.
Finelli, Finn, how about we let Miss Nikki decide? She's the one who got us the dye after all.
That's a great idea. Miss Nikki will definitely choose the best pattern. Fine, whatever. I won't lose anyway. Nikki, which one do you think looks better?
I do think the little prince would look really fancy.
Yeah! The little prince is fancy and the coolest. It's done!
It looks amazing! Miss Nikki, you're incredible!
Miss Nikki really is an incredible stylist, It looks so good. Even Nikki's Barasant paints better than any other Barasant I've ever seen. Thank you, Miss Nikki, Momo, and even Miss Nikki's Barasant.
It was truly a team effort. Everyone did a great job.
Helping people really is the best feeling.
Nikki, let's take a photo with the Barasant toy. Then we can capture the special Playful Hearts Day memory.
Da-da-da! Let me handle this. Time to show off my photography skills.
I can feel the flow of magic. Looks like we've gathered enough heartfelt essence.
Huh, Nikki, check if the fairy wand is fixed.
That's wonderful, Luluko.
Great job, Fairy Nikki. Now we can... My book! But why are all the pages blank? Is this Nikki's magic? Amazing!
Just now, the fairy one seemed to resonate with Finn's book.
Oh, great fairy! That means the book that child is holding must be an incredibly powerful magic book!
Magic book?
That's right! These floating objects are all influenced by that book. We can't let this cause more trouble. Fairy Nikki, please help stop the spell. I'll check everywhere else for any more dangers.
She flapped her wings and flew off.
Nikki, your Barasant just ran off. Nikki, were you just talking to that Barasant? What kind of magic is this?
Finn, that book you're holding, is that a magic book?
It's my favorite fairy tale book, Dreamvale Tales. But it does have stories about magic and fairies.
Magic? Fairies? Isn't that exactly what Luluko was telling us about?
All the pages turned blank. Let's take a look and figure out a way to restore it. Maybe we'll find some answers in there.
First, let's pick up these floating pages. Luluko Luluko mentioned stopping the spell. That probably means restoring everything back to normal. Let me see. What kind of strange story is this fairy tale about?
When he asked the newly met...
Luluko? Could it be the same Luluko we know?
Luluko, fairies, magic, everything lines up. Let's check the other pages. They may have more clues.
When he asked the newly met red-haired little fairy why she longed to become a fairy, she would recount for the when he asked the newly met red-haired little fairy why she longed to become a fairy, she would recount for the 89th time a story that was etched into her heart. It happened on a night when two moons rose in the sky. Withered devil vines suddenly came alive, twisting and writhing as they wrapped tightly around withered devil vines suddenly came alive, twisting and writhing writhing as they wrapped tightly around Luluko, as if they were trying to bind her with them forever. Even the moonlight seemed on the verge of being devoured. But suddenly a warm and powerful light surged forth. A senior fairy who happened to be passing by used a gentle magical spell to rescue Luluko from a terrifying experience. That senior fairy who never even gave Luluko her name planted a seed called Dream in Luluko's heart. One day Luluko hoped she could become just like the fairy, use the magic to protect the weak and bringing happiness to all living things.
This story, it's about a sleeping prince.
Many, many years ago, an evil slumber sheep suddenly appeared in the ancient kingdom. Its shadow shrouded the entire royal capital, and the crystal castle was about to become its ultimate feast. However, in order to prevent the slumber sheep from continuing its rampage, the kingdom's little prince lured it into the crystal castle. Using all his strength, he sealed both the crystal castle and the slumber sheep away forever. Tricked and furious, the slumber sheep laid a curse before being sealed away, trapping the little prince in eternal sleep, and forced him to endure endless loneliness within the crystal castle. However, the curse was not without a counter curse, and there was a forgotten second half of the tale. In the distant future, a legendary fairy would arrive at the gates of the crystal castle. With powerful magic, she would vanquish the resurrected slumber sheep and lead the little prince out of his lonely prison, returning him to the world of light.
A young prince trapped by a slumber sheep? A fairy trying to rescue him? It all feels strangely similar to our current situation.
Luluko, Slumber Sheep, the Little Prince, Dreamvale Tales. Duh! I just don't get it. This page. It's about a fairy exam.
The path to dreams isn't as smooth and radiant as the Rainbow Bridge. Like many girls who dreamed of becoming fairies, Lilico's application to the Fairy Academy was rejected. The Fairy Academy's selection criteria were extremely strict and meant that only children with exceptional talent and abundant magic were deemed worthy of stepping into its Hall of Dreams. This is also to protect ordinary children because without sufficient magic reserves, casting spells could easily harm the caster. One of the countless ordinary children, Lilico's magical abilities were, at best, about 500 fairy lengths away from being considered decent. However, this didn't dissuade her. Day after day, she traveled between the library and the training grounds, while fairy Sorry, guys. However, this didn't dissuade her. Day after day, she traveled between the library and training grounds. While fairy apprentices could master a spell in 3 days, Luluko was willing to spend 10 days, 20 days, or even longer for the sparks of magic to finally flicker at her fingertips. However, magic learned by studying books alone always felt a little different from the lessons taught by veteran fairies. Whenever Luluko's chanted a spell, as described in books, something unexpected always seemed to happen.
It says that Luluko failed the Fairy Academy's exam. Luluko called herself a fairy apprentice, but from what the book says, that might not be the whole truth. Let's see what's written on the last page.
stages have returned to normal. Nikki, you really are a fairy, aren't you?
Fairies are just made-up fairy tale characters. Nikki is a stylist, not a fairy.
If Nikki was a fairy like Luluco, she could help me with my homework.
Finn, you have to do your own homework.
Wait, the Luluco you mentioned, is she the main character of Dreamvale Tales?
That's right. The most warm-hearted fairy in all of Dreamvale, Luluco.
She's not a real fairy yet, but she works really hard, and I'm sure she'll become one someday.
Our friend Pepetto is also really cute. He's super smart and has beautiful feathers. Ahem. Oh my goodness, Your Highness. I never expected to see you here. The Slumber Sheep's castle is just up ahead. Are you heading there?
I am, sir. Only by banishing the Slumber Sheep can I finally return to...
Finn, how could you forget such a critical scene?
I'm not Barnaby, okay? I haven't memorized every single line.
Barnaby? You mean the little boy who summoned Luluco?
Momo, you know Barnaby too? He hasn't been playing with us lately.
Barnaby is Dreamvale Tales' biggest fan. The scene with the Slumber Sheep and the Little Prince is his absolute favorite. It's a shame he's not here today. He'd love to talk to Miss Nikki all about Dreamvale Tales.
I'm only telling you this, Miss Nikki. Barnaby doesn't really talk about himself very much, but I can tell he really loves the story of the Little Prince. Maybe it's because he feels just like the Little Prince, trapped in a castle and all.
A castle? Barnaby lives in a castle?
Not exactly. It's because Barnaby's parents are always so busy, so he feels really lonely, just like how the Little Prince was trapped in the castle for so many years. If you ever meet Barnaby, Miss Nikki, you should talk to him about the Little Prince's story. He'd love that.
That's right. And also, if you happen to see him, Miss Nikki, be sure to tell him to come hang out with us.
I promise.
Finale and Finn, do you still want to ride the Thuddy Squash spin?
Yes, yes. We're going now. Bye, Miss Nikki. Bye, Momo.
Luluco, Pepetto, the Slumber Sheep. Are they all characters from the fairy tale?
It's really strange. But judging from Luluco's reaction, she might not even realize she's a character from a fairy tale.
Should we tell her? She seems to think the fairy tale book is magic.
First, let's find Luluco. When we see her, we'll ask her what's going on.
magic. Fairy Nikki, I just checked and there's no trace of any other magic besides us.
Luluko, I have some questions for you.
Sure thing. No matter what you ask, I'll give you the most honest answer.
You told us that you're from Dreamvale, right? But according to what we discovered, Dreamvale only exists in a fairy tale.
A fairy tale? Oh, great fairy! Fairy Nikki, you're incredible! You even mastered the all-knowing spell!
All-knowing spell?
You've seen through my veil. My pathetic lies can't hold up anymore. I'm sorry, Fairy Nikki. Please let me explain everything. I'm not actually a fairy apprentice. I was born without much magical talent, so the Fairy Academy rejected me. But I've been training hard and using magic to help others. If I try hard enough, maybe one day I'll become a true fairy.
This training you're doing, how's it going?
On the last beginner's magic test, I scored a 60.
That sounds pretty good, but out of what?
500. But I've been trying. I've used magic to help rebuild the villagers' houses, change the kids' shoe colors, and even rescue a little bouncy bunny from a crevice. I know the Fairy Association doesn't want us practicing magic ourselves, but I've never used magic to do bad things.
I believe you. I just don't quite understand. How did you get from the fairy tale book to here?
I only remember being summoned by Barnaby's wish. Are fairy tale books magical? I'm sorry, my knowledge is a bit limited.
I've got a question too. If Luluko can already use magic, why does she insist on being a fairy?
Compared to real fairies, I'm just a novice. They're powerful, kind, and the very embodiment of miracles to everyone. When a fairy appears, she wipes away teardrops flickering in the candlelight, soothes the deep longings under the moonlight, and softens the late night's furrowed brows. I want to be like them, mastering more powerful magic, fulfilling my dreams, chasing away evil, and making the world a better place. I didn't mean to cause trouble, and I don't know why this is happening, but I'll take responsibility. With your help, I'm sure this crisis will get resolved.
Of course. The most urgent thing now is to find the slumber sheep. We'll talk about the rest later.
Thank you for your understanding, Fairy Nikki. Let's head to the riverbank up ahead and find a nice open spot to summon Pepetto. It's nice and open here. We won't have to worry about Pepetto falling and hitting a tree when he appears. It's a special spell I use to summon Pepetto. Just wave the fairy wand, picture Pepetto's face, and chant, Pepetto, Pepetto, time to go, time to show.
What a powerful summoning spell! Usually, Luluko has to spend hours getting me down from the magic vortex.
Geppetto, we fixed the fairy wand. Find any clues about the slumber sheep?
Of course. Even though I turned to stone, Illumawing's instincts never fade. The slumber sheep has hidden itself inside an aerial maze. It's tucked deep inside the maze's heart. But since only one of us has wings, we'll need to find another way up there.
Right now, I don't really think I can learn how to fly.
Maybe we don't need to. What about some sort of vehicle? Are there any magical flying vehicles in Dreamvale?
Magical flying vehicles? Let me think. Oh, what about... what's that round thing over there?
That's one of Stoneville's amusement features. I saw a few kids sitting inside spinning around earlier. I think Finelli called it the Thuddy Squash Spin.
That's it! If we use Morphing Spell to turn Geppetto into a Thuddy Squash carriage, he can carry us and fly straight to the Slumber Sheep's lair.
Like the time we flew over Big Squash Valley? You turned me into a big shell bug with rabbit teeth and a dog's head.
Can we trust this plan?
Only a senior fairy can master this magic. If I try it, it'll probably go wrong. But if it's you, Fairy Nikki, you'll definitely succeed.
It's a good plan, but the Slumber Sheep's curse is too powerful. The transformation won't last long. You'll need to get in fast.
Yeah, got it. I can't wait to ride the Stone Lumawing Thuddy Squash carriage.
Fairy Nikki, it's time to cast the morphing spell. Once Geppetto turns into a carriage, we'll set off together and defeat the Slumber Sheep.
Okay. Actually, I kind of forgot the morphing spell. Maybe you could remind me?
It will be an honor to help you, Fairy Nikki. Think of the object and the transformation. Then chant, Geppetto, Geppetto, from feather to carriage you go. With strong belief and plenty of magic, it'll work for sure. All right, Fairy Nikki, show us your most splendid morphing spell. Wow, great job, Fairy Nikki! You transformed Geppetto to a cart in a snap!
Come on, Luluko. Together we'll defeat the Slumber Sheep.
We're coming for you, Slumber Sheep! Look out!
Okay. Hopefully the magic lasts long enough for us to get there. Anyway, next time, can you try to not turn my feathers into a carriage again? Oh, great fairy above. As a Lumawing at my age, I really should take more care to look after my feathers.
Huh? But the morphing spell is supposed to transform you entirely into...
What's wrong? Did the morphing spell go wrong?
I think I mixed up the morphing spell and the plume spell. Sorry, Geppetto. Sorry, Fairy Nikki. I'll read the Elementary Magic Compendium 100 more times. I won't mess things up again.
Oh, thank the great fairy. At least it was just my feathers that transformed. If we'd mixed up something like stupefying magic, that would have been... I feel really tired now. Fairy Nikki, I won't go inside and slow you down. I'll just wait for you here.
Okay, but make sure you stay safe.
As a Lumawing, I'm excellent at going with the flow. I'll just wait here for you to defeat the Slumber Sheep and transform me back.
Don't worry, Geppetto. We'll handle the Slumber Sheep quickly.
That's right. Take it from me. Fairy Nikki is very skilled.
I believe in you. The Slumber Sheep's aura is deep within the maze. Please be extra careful.
Nikki,
The slumber sheep should be deep in the maze. Let's proceed with caution. Fairy Nikki, that stone ahead seems to have the slumber sheep's magical aura lingering on it. Let's check it out. Poor little thing. It's been petrified by the slumber sheep's magic, just like Geppetto. I can sense a lot more similar auras around here.
These must be the lost animals Mr. Caleb mentioned. Come on, let's rescue all of them at once.
I think after this gang, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. I do my usual stuff. I need to get done. Actually, I might even skip that. I want to see what these folks have. I will definitely play a lot more. Yeah, my character does.
More petrified animals over there, too!
there! Let's rescue them! Nikki, there are more petrified animals over there! Let's rescue them!
There shouldn't be any more petrified animals in the maze.
Hopefully all the animals will make it safely back to their homes.
I actually think I got it. Cool. Let's go.
There are S-lings here too!
Maybe they were drawn here by the evil magic of the slumber sheep. We'll need to purify them.
Look, it's Barnaby! Ah, it's the slumber sheep! Fairy Nikki, focus all your magic into the fairy wand!
Luluco!
Wow.
Is everyone okay? That was so scary.
I'm fine, but I think Luluco fainted. Is she okay?
It's probably because of the strong magical shock. Luckily, she's not hurt. She just needs some rest. I'll take her to a place with lots of magic. Pretty soon, she'll wake up.
Oh, this is...
Are you okay, Barnaby? Are you hurt?
I think I had a very long dream. What happened? I remember I made a wish to that special wish bottle for Luluco to appear by my side, and then she really showed up. After that, everything's a blur. I didn't expect my wish to cause so much trouble. I'm so sorry, Miss Nikki.
It's okay, Barnaby. Oh, earlier I met your friends in the village. They told me you love the story of the little prince from Dreamvale Tales, right?
Yes. My mom and dad are always working, so I'm often home alone, even during Playful Hearts Day. I wish for Luluco to be here with me, just like she went to the castle to save the little prince, and take me away from my own castle.
Maybe you could try escaping your castle yourself.
Escape my castle myself?
Your friends told me that you don't ever share your troubles, that you tend to keep them to yourself. The truth is, they all care deeply about you and quietly look out for you. It's like in fairy tales, where sunflowers chase the sun and moonstones reflect the moon. Just like Peppetto and Luluco never part from each other's side.
And just like me and Nikki.
The prince in the story was cursed by a slumber sheep. But your parents aren't scary slumber sheep. If you're feeling lonely, try talking to them. In reality, your parents are also your fairies, and they would love to listen to your thoughts. Of course, if you ever need help, Momo and I will happily be your friends.
Thank you, Miss Nikki and Momo. I may not understand it all yet, but I'll try.
Nikki, after watching you, I'm starting to understand why Luluco wanted to be a fairy so bad. I wonder when Luluco will wake up. And her fairy wand, it's basically a busted-up kid-sized fishing rod now.
Speaking of which, we do still have time to collect Fey Whisper fruits and fix the fairy wand.
I'll help too! Miss Nikki, you've been working so hard because of me. I should help out too.
Barnaby! Barnaby!
It's Finn and the others! Miss Nikki, let's go talk to them. Once they know Luluco's in trouble, they'll all want to help out too. And I don't want to leave their side again.
Alright, before I get off, I actually want to go do that. Let's see what we got for challenges. Oh, wow. Let's go do this.